A group of strangers receive a mysterious message from an old friend from a planet of synthetic life. When tragedy strikes, these intrepid heroes, or should we say intrepid investigators, must solve a murder in Metal City. I'm Jason, and I'll be your GM for this neon-tinted noir mystery.
The name's Tim. I'm wearing the shoes of Dexter Rayne, a shameless, a gumshoe, pounding the pavement in the guts of striving, looking for trouble. And sister, trouble always finds me.
I'm Isis, and I'm playing Voss Seltee, a snarky medical drama actress.
I'm Rue. I use they, he, or Z pronouns, and I'm playing Whose Boughs Are Lit Within, Boughs for short, an inflorescent Kizar Solarian who's a ray of sunlight from the chilling depths of the ice wells.
I'm Jocelyn, and I'm playing Together in Electric Dreams, a contemplative technomancer seeking the spark of life.
I'm John, and I'm playing Xabi Fraglorious, an elder skittermander with a penchant for explosions.
And I'm Alex, and I'll be playing Patsy Van Dyne, a rat about town with her nose in everybody's business.
And now, on with the episode. All right, well, looks like it's time to continue this caper. Previously, our intrepid investigators went to give the prof's charging station the old up and down. There, they met a kooky dame with the improbable name of Shalalamulu, who takes care of sweeping up the lobby. She was a passing acquaintance to Tier 99 and, well, remarked how the Anisite egghead would often use the lobby terminal. After a quick peek, our investigators realized something was hinky about this computer and opened up the attached storage unit only to find the professor's lifeless body. They had been sliced open on a molecular level, but survived long enough to write a note, which was crumpled in their hand. As the group bickered about what to do next and what to do with the body, a handful of armed, shadowy agents and Anisite wingbots burst onto the scene. Let's hope our intrepid investigators are ready, because this ain't gonna be a bowl of duck soup. I am getting a lot of good use out of Googling noir slang. But a bowl of duck soup means something easy. Duck soup means something easy. It is also a Marx Brothers movie. Go watch it. It's very good. So, yes. Alex, you're
I just have a number of questions. I just have a number of questions about why duck soup is easier than all of the other soups. But never mind, we don't have time for that.
We don't have time for that. Let's not get into that. This is not that podcast. This is a different podcast. Anyway, an addition whose boughs are lit from within took a mysterious call on their comm unit and basically had to leave. Now, Boughs. It was a call from another Anisite from the university, name of Erudite Collaborator. And they sort of wanted to get in contact with you because they didn't say exactly what it was, but they said something was either missing or hidden. They were being very vague, and it sounded like they were quite scared. And this is basically a colleague of the professor's, and someone that you've maybe worked with, on digs and whatnot. Basically, think of Erudite Collaborator as kind of like the Tier 99 professors, like TA, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So they asked you to meet them at a nearby food station, which is a popular striving chain of automats. And if you're familiar with what an automat is, it's basically a wall of little cubicles in which you get food out of. Now, picture that from like the 40s and 50s, but now sci-fi it up a bunch. And so there's lots of conveyor belts and flying hover drones, and maybe sort of like the food in there getting sort of quickly zapped and microwaved and whatnot. And there's a couple. It's late at night, so there's a couple people sort of getting some snacks and whatnot, but it's pretty empty. And most of this is, of course, organic food. This is not for Anisites. This is money for visitors to striving, more organic beings. And you sit there for about 10, 15 minutes. You don't see any sign of Erudite Collaborator. And then another drone kind of like hovers over. This is an Anisite drone, basically, and sort of drops a little note in front of you, and then hovers away.
Is anyone watching that happen? Like, do I notice anyone see
No one
me?
seems to be like paying like super close attention. I mean, it's not unheard of for these sort of like mail bots essentially to come and drop notes off for people and whatnot. It's a not uncommon occurrence. So people might look up real quick. Oh, is that for me? No, it's not. Okay, and then they go back to their business of having a ham salad sandwiches and stuff like that. Sorry, it's the most 40s automat food I could think of.
Oh,
Ham salad sandwich, yeah.
it came to mind immediately, and I just happened to hate that.
Oh no! Well, luckily for Keysars, I believe you probably have like photosynthesis, so you don't need to eat like food, right?
I don't eat.
So you're just sort of sitting there, maybe like maybe you got a little a cup of coffee just to have next to you to look like you bought something, and now you're not even drinking.
When I go to restaurants, I just ask to use their sun lamp.
Well, on a planet like Avalon, there's often not a lot of. There's often some super direct sunlight, of course, but it's a little bit like there's no atmosphere, so it really doesn't get the radiation doesn't get filtered. It's very sunny. But in other places, you're in the shadows of buildings, or if the planet just happens to be not facing the sun at the moment, it's obviously pitch black and lots of neon, and that's kind of where we're at. Nighttime. As we all know, nighttime, right? Well, familiar with the concept. Anyway, this is a sort of a kind of a thick, sort of almost metallic paper that often gets used in the city. And you open up, and it seems to be from Erudite Collaborator, and it says, "I'm sorry, I was being followed. I can't do this here. I think he's watching." And meet me later when you can in a day at Polytechnica. Signed, Erudite Collaborator.
All right, I will tuck that away and sort of like I'm more on edge, wondering like how far did they get following this person? Are they close by?
Right. You look around and maybe just sort of that creeping feeling that maybe you're being watched, but not really seeing anybody actually watching you. Someone is got like maybe like a hollow newspaper, kind of like up and sort of like you can kind of basically, and it's the sort of thing you can kind of just it's basically translucent, but it's in front of their face and they're reading it. Maybe they could be looking in your direction, but they also could be just paying attention to the text.
I'm going to finish my cup of coffee and return the mug to the automat and like just sort of make like the opposite of making a show, like I'm just leaving, like this is a normal a normal evening occurrence for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, we just came in, and now you head on out, and you know where the rest of the group is going, basically to the down grid charging station. So you head back in that direction to meet up with them. As I said, Erudite Collaborator doesn't want to meet with you until like tomorrow. And so you head back and you step into the lobby of basically, this is a big, essentially consider it's almost like a big apartment building. It's a couple thousand stories tall, 1,000 feet tall.
Oh my God.
It's probably like 80 stories. Big. Yeah, it's pretty tall. It's pretty tall. And it's full of cubicles. Maybe you've seen a charging station, and it's just sort of an Anasite, basically apartment building where they go and they charge up. Definitely think of the robot arms apartments from Futurama, where all the robots have just a little tiny cubicles inside. But the lobby itself is kind of big and expansive, and it's got some like crystalline trees and statues that appear to be made out of salt or some other sort of white crystal. But as you are stepping in, there are also two clouds of smoke through which you can see some just sort of shapes that are clearly holding rifles and a pair of Anasite combat wing bots. And just sort of off in the distance, through that smoke, you can also see all your friends who are like, whoa, what's going on? There's the body of Tier 99 Professor sort of on the floor in front of a console. And I'm going to bring everyone to that scene in Foundry right here and now. And we can discuss what's going on and where you are. Make sure you're all in a good place over here. So Rue, you're down here on the sort of southern end of the room.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see through these clouds of smoke. They're unusual. They're not quite like tear gas smoke. It's a little thinner, and as you're looking at them, like everything on the other side, this is for everybody. As you look into these clouds, everything through them is very like wavy and almost juddery, as if you're seeing into possibly like another reality. And these sort of like figures in this shadow, it looks like there's 6 of them. Again, look like they're dressed in sort of clear combat gear, masks over their faces, rifles in hand. And just to the one to the left and one to the right are these little anisite wingbots, which are about the size of, well, they almost look like large robotic dragonflies. Those of you who are from this area, which is most everybody, do recognize that those wingbots are often used by essentially law enforcement. They're protector bots for small crimes and whatnot. Now, has everyone found themselves on the map here?
Yeah.
Is this
Yes.
is this good? Because I remember Xabi, you took Shalalamulu over to, you were like, look at this to distract her from
Right. So I
everyone
was
else
away
hacking
from them.
this
Yeah, yeah.
console.
Yep.
So you're sort of on this. You're just over there. It's just look at this here statue. And this sort of square up in the upper right hand corner is the console that the professor's body just kind of collapsed out of. And we'll say that what we can do here is actually put.
Don't put him on the map.
Yeah, there he
Yeah,
is.
there he is.
That's so
Aw.
sad.
No, 0 hit points.
0
Give him the
hit
dead
points.
condition as well.
Oh.
Boo boo.
No!
There he is.
This is so rude.
All right. So rude. I'm going to add everyone to the combat tracker here, and we can all roll initiative for this. Oh, this is a big map.
Woo! I rolled good.
It's going to do 1 initiative for the group
Wow,
here.
I rolled terrible.
Well, I got some terrible rolls as well.
Love that for you.
Yeah, you would.
Mine's still worse. that's the sad part.
Yeah, that's the sad part. All right, John, we just need you in there.
Yeah. Sorry. I have too many
No
pop-ups.
worries, no worries. A lot of pop-ups. Whoops. One of my headphones fell out. All right, so as we begin, Patsy, you're ready to go. You're ready to act. Now, you will notice that you're still a little you were at one point a little wounded from the previous
Oh, I'm
fight.
sorry. Yes. Yes. Did we have time to sit and heal?
We didn't really talk about it. I mean, I didn't, but I also don't want to be real draconian about that either. So, I mean, I just, maybe you just didn't notice that you remember that you had been damaged. So we'll let it, we'll go for it. We'll say you had a little time to heal. At least you maybe healed yourself.
I mean, yeah,
was
presumably I would have.
Yeah.
I don't need help from anybody else. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I'm first. I don't like that. Because what's
you don't
gonna
have to
happen?
Go.
No. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna make bad choices because it'll be funny. But it's gonna lead to me getting shot a whole bunch. But once again, it'll be funny. So we're gonna do some setup here. I'm going to let's see. What's my speed? 25, I assume. I should know my speed.
Sorry to
Yes, 25.
interrupt.
Yes.
Am I supposed to be able to roll?
Oh
initiative
gosh,
and join
you know
the
what?
thing
Yeah,
right
you're.
now?
Yeah, my bad. I did not add you to the thing, and I
no.
completely because this map is so big, you disappeared off the bottom of it, and I forgot to click on you.
Oh,
You're so okay.
I was just
Get in here.
I was just making sure that I wasn't like waiting until the next round.
No.
to
You
join.
should be. This should be a one. This is happening sort of as you're walking through the door. All these sort of like gas canisters went off. It looked like, and these figures rolled in. It's like you should have left things alone. You know.
all right.
Anyway, so give us a. Did you give us a roll? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
I was just like I.
No.
All right,
Please speak up.
I am going to elect to make bad choices at this time. So I am going to simply stride forward 25 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then I'm going to put my little Yosoki hands on my little Yosoki hips, and I will look at all of the people who have come in to threaten us, and I will say, Grandmother is very displeased with all of you. This is very rude. And I am going to, don't worry about it, I am going to cast Bane. So, unfortunately, right now that's going to do exactly nothing, but my hope is that if they get closer to us, then it will, and also on future turns, I will simply get closer to them.
You make it bigger.
So, yeah. So right now it's just a 10-foot emanation that if anyone enters, they have to make a will save about my Bane. To be clear, any enemies, not my friends. My friends can do whatever they want because I love them very much.
Terrific. Okay, great. Does that does the air around you kind of shimmer, or is it just sort of like because they're close enough to be within your eyesight, they're going to be like, "Ooh, sorry."
I was thinking about this, and I think what happens is that very, very strangely, the 10 feet around me gets a little darker, but I sort of almost look like I have a little bit of a spotlight on me.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah. And that's what happens there. So that's my
turn. Together in Electric Dreams, Jocelyn, what would you like to do?
Are we fighting them? Is that the plan?
They don't look friendly. This doesn't look like a chatting situation, I'll say that.
Very well.
Be a real kerfuffle.
There's 12 of them and they have guns.
Yeah.
How very unseemly.
When they open with gas canisters, we really don't have a choice.
Very well. Thunderstrike at the one that's nearest to me, if I can. Oh, well, they look like there's two of them that's close enough. We'll pick one. The one in the middle. Right there.
Yep. Okay. What was this spell again? Or whatever you're doing? Thunderstrike. Oh, good lord. Okay.
It is a basic reflex save.
All right. Let me just check something here. Okay. Here I go. 14. I just barely made it.
All right. Well,
is 13 actually your spell DC, Jocelyn? Shouldn't it be higher?
Yeah, that looks wrong.
That is wrong.
Yeah, I had to do some funkiness on my spell DCs. I'm assuming you're probably like a 16 or a 17, right?
Yeah. No, that's
that's
yeah,
you would be a 17.
Yeah, it would be a 17. I don't know why it says 13 here. Yeah. Alrighty, but anyway, here's the damage.
Okay, so you let out this sort of bit of thunder, a bit of lightning, and it cracks into one of these figures, and it seems to move through it like it's like this figure's made completely out of smoke. So that smoke kind of wafts away, and then it reforms. But it is clear that you have done something to them. All right, Boughs, your turn.
All right, one moment. Let's see. Everyone's same complaint that Isis had, that Isis had not just a moment ago. Everyone's so far away in this fight.
Yeah, they're all so far away.
All right, well,
the ranged meta is real.
Ride up my 25 feet, and in terms of shooting into this cloud, I can for the purposes of being able to shoot, can I see them enough to do that or no?
Yes. 100%. They're not concealed or anything. It's just the air. There was a bit of smoke, and now that's cleared a bit. But the air where this cloud of smoke was is still kind of juddery and weird. But not enough to provide concealment or anything like that.
All right, thank you. Then this.
Now, stepping into it might be a different story. You don't know.
Oh no, I'm staying out here.
Fair enough.
That looks like it's a little too magic for me. I'm a Solarian who just hits things. So I'm going to attempt to hit with my arc pistol.
That is going to hit.
Cool. I will roll damage if Boundary will let me scroll down to that.
You can also just if you hit the damage button on the card in the chat.
Oh no, that's what Foundry
That's
is
you're trying to
not
scroll down
letting-
to? Okay, yeah.
not letting me scroll to. That is exactly the struggle that I am having. It has the chat like frozen at the top of my message.
Oh no.
Hmm.
I could also just do that for you if you.
Yeah, if
want
you
me
don't
to
mind
give you
doing
the
that
page.
because it just
Not at
won't let me.
all.
Oh no, I think you just rolled the attack without the damage in it.
Yeah.
Because I don't see it either.
There it is. No, yeah, we're doing it. So yeah, you let out your commercial arc pistol, zaps some electricity. Again, the sort of same thing happens. You hit this figure, and again, it sort of like passes through them, but the whole thing kind of judders and shakes. You've got one more action though.
Yeah. None of us are inside of this, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
I'm going to look through the fog at my friends and just, do we want to know what happens if we touch it?
No, don't touch it.
I mean, above the
Scientific
table.
Curiosity.
Above the
No.
table, yes. Would Patsy tell you to? No.
No, yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, unfortunately, I'm curious by nature. I'm gonna stride again and put myself in
As
here.
what
What happens?
move into this bubble, it almost resists your movement. So this is basically going to be difficult terrain to move through, and it's like pushing against a strong wind or pushing through like the air itself has become a little bit more thickened.
It's thick in here.
So basically, you get to move like maybe
Yeah.
another 5 feet if you want to keep going, and then you're just sort of
I put myself
pushing
here.
against it. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
right
it's
next to
thick
this
in here.
statue.
Yes. And that's my turn.
All right. And you're sort of moving off to the left to these three, two of them which have been out of wounded, and the Anacite wingbot on the far right is to go, and it kind of begins buzzing and hovering, and there's kind of like a little bit of a robotic voice coming through it. This thing isn't speaking itself, but it's here like some message is moving through it, and basically saying, illegal activity detected. Illegal activity detected. And it buzzes up 20 feet, and one big statue there. Let me check my speed. One of those things that I can never find. Okay. I think you can move a little more for one action. It's gonna get there. And you know what? Patsy, you're right. You've put yourself up front indeed. It's got this laser ray that it shoots at you.
You don't want to get 5 feet closer to me first?
Well, I don't know. No, I don't need to. It's a ranged weapon.
But do you want to?
That wasn't the question I asked. You
I've
missed.
missed anyway. So
How very dare.
boom, a laser comes shooting out at you. Basically, stop, criminal. And
very
why not
dare.
shoot you twice. Again, another miss. So you are just dodging, dancing about a bit, or maybe just you're standing there and it's just like hitting the floor next to you, and you're like just being very stoic about it. As laser blasts scorch the floor.
I think she's being very stoic about it, like on the outside. Right. On the inside, she is freaking out. This is the first time she's been shot at. She does not care for this behavior and does not want it to continue.
That's fair. That's very fair. All right, Dexter, Rayne, PI.
Okay. Well, he just presented himself as a target. Because I have a class that I'm able to do some crazy things.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to devise a stratagem.
Okay.
As a free action.
This is part of the case, you imagine.
Yeah. I imagine this is part of the case.
I mean, the dead body of the guy you're looking for is right behind you, so I think this has something to do with that.
Right. So.
Yeah.
So I guess I just roll a d20 and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you could roll it as a strike, and then you can say whether or not you want to apply it. Up to you. However you want to do it.
Okay. Yeah, why don't we do that?
Well, make sure that you click on your devise a stratagem so it adds the whatever intelligence you need to do.
I
It's
did
not a
drag
click
it on. I don't know.
anymore.
Did it work? Is it on me?
No.
I don't think so. Oh,
There we go. Now it is.
okay.
Okay. So a 6 on the die.
That's got to be a skill.
All right, fair enough.
This is not going to do anything.
You're not gonna do anything. So yeah, do you want to use that as an
attack?
no,
Yeah, I'll
use
do
that,
it.
but like, do you want to get that +1 against or for skill bonuses on this creature, right?
Yeah.
I'm the one who like worked on changing the investigator, and now I can't remember what it is. Giving you something to do when you roll terrible on your d20, basically, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I think you get yes. Where is it? Yes, you gain a +1 circumstance bonus to your next intelligence, wisdom, or charisma based or perception check involving the target before the start of your next turn. So do you want to like basically that's free action? So you can take this first action to use that, get that +1 to recall knowledge about these things if you want, or
Yeah, sure.
something else, or you can just train your gun on a different thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can learn more information on this.
All right.
So
I need you to give me Arcana or crafting or some other sort of, if you have any kind of Anacite or Abalon related lore.
Let's see here. I suppose computers wouldn't be anything, would it?
Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
I mean, it'll be harder. I'll just say if you want to roll computers, I think I'll just put the DC a little higher.
Yeah, because all that's on. It's weird. It's all on train. So it's like, damn it.
Oh.
Are you not trained?
I guess I'll do it.
Oh no.
I'm not in crafting or Arcana. I'm like trained in almost everything else. But yeah, sure. Let's just do an Arcana. So
okay, you're getting that +1.
I think it.
Don't forget to pop it in there. It might let you do that with the.
Oh, it's the also pursuing a lead. So yeah, I'll just swap them out. So
yes.
Nope.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, the thing about Anacites. So what do you want to? Anything particular you want to know? Success, so
weakness.
Good question. They don't seem to have any weaknesses, but they don't have any resistances either. But they are basically kind of like constructs, so you know that like you can't make them. They don't have blood, and they can't get poisoned or disease or that kind, that stuff that flesh and blood bodies need to happen. So
okay. Okay, so that's one action. Second action, I think I'm going to shoot this dude over here.
Okay, way down there. All right.
There it is. So I'm going to go ahead and that's my pistol. And I'm going to shoot him.
That's good.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Hey, that is a hit. Oh, that's close to a critical.
Nice.
Not quite.
So much.
Yeah, you've got your range and everything.
Yep. All right. So I'll do damage.
Roll that damage. Blam. Shot rings out. A bullet passes through this thing, and then it does clutch it like body as if it's reacting in pain. But again, this sort of smoke just sort of like whooshes around it and reforms its torso.
Okay. And then my final is that I'm going to draw my commercial baton in my other hand.
All right.
So I have a gun out and I have a club.
Nice. All right. Xabi.
How are these shadowy figures armed?
They have like these what do I want to say here? They look like rifles, basically.
Oh. So they're probably going to stay at range then.
Possibly.
Yeah. Okay. I will move closer.
Well, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. You can move that right there.
All right.
Just at the edge of the bubble.
Right. And then I'm going to deploy a mine right
Oh
there
boy. Okay.
Oh boy.
with
You
2
gotta
actions.
talk. You gotta talk me through how all of this works because I don't have the mechanic mind stuff.
Okay.
Completely memorized. So so you can deploy mine at distance, right? You just have chuck it over there.
Right. I can spend 2 actions to deploy mine in an occupied square within 30 feet.
Okay, great.
That's what I did. There's a mine there.
So you're
where
going
that
right
guy's
in here.
in his
All right.
square. Assuming it can go through the
This.
bubble. I don't know.
Yeah, it can. You chuck it. It doesn't seem to affect basically like
It more like I
physical things
slide it
going-
along
like
the floor.
people.
It kind of
There you go, yeah,
slides in.
skitter it along. It's like a puck. Yeah, love it.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, it looks like an old Colt can that's kind of packed full of explosives, and it's just kind of in there. It doesn't look like a fancy mine. You notice I have a whole bunch of these things in my pockets. I have 5 more in my pockets right now. Old Coke cans that
boy.
have these wires and stuff poking out of them.
There goes our possible Coca-Cola sponsorship.
I know.
Yeah.
This is some sort of. For some reason, I'm picturing like it's an Eox branded cola.
I just
I don't know
went
why.
through
I
my
hear this
Whatever I
branches
can
from
find,
the
but yeah,
last
that'll work.
explosion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What kind of explosion radius do you get when this thing goes off?
It depends.
Whenever that might be. All right, fair enough.
Oh,
I guess your turn is
dear.
over.
My turn is over.
Okay.
It's done. That's
Okay,
it.
then.
I moved and
We'll
deployed
find out.
mine.
I'm just curious. I was just curious, but like, if it depends, it depends. We'll find out later. All right, it's time for shadowy figures to do things. The first thing that happens that does seem a bit strange is that these bubbles, or at least one of these bubbles, shifts. It kind of like moves and almost right on top of you, Xabi. You feel the air in front of you just sort of begin to like thicken and coalesce and push over you like so much thickened gravy.
My fur is getting all
couldn't stop
matted
myself from
down.
saying that. Yeah. And then we're gonna do some stuff here. This one, Boughs, the shadowy figure who you shot, is going to basically take a turn around and say, "Don't move," and a little blast at you. Okay, that is just a hit, unfortunately.
Just hits, yeah.
Yes, a 15. As this rifle is pointed at you, and sort of a bullet kind of like moves through the air, and you can it's odd. The bullet is moving almost imperceptibly, like it's moving perceptibly, but it's like moving slower than a bullet should move, right? And it hits me, and you just can't seem to get out of the way, and as it hits you, it also just sort of like your mind rebels against the idea of what just happened. So you're taking 3 piercing damage and 1 mental damage.
Oh.
Oh.
Very interesting. Xabi, you've got this one down here to the left of the one that just shot Boughs. Also points his rifle at you. Says it almost exactly the same way, like, don't move. And shoots at you. But
You told me not to move, and then you shot
misses.
me. I don't get it.
Just for that, I'm using my other guy to shoot you.
I have no incentive not to move.
Don't move. All right. That first shot just sort of like is coming at you, and you're able to like almost watch the bullet go past you.
Bullet time.
And then you turn,
Whoa.
and it's almost like bullet time. You turn, and then this other bullet hits you in the shoulder. And again, you're taking piercing damage, but some mental damage as well. 3 piercing, 1 mental. Whoops, not the shadowy figure. Xabi, you're taking that damage. Okay.
Oh, I don't like that.
Down here, oh gosh, I don't like this one kind of moves up to the edge of the bubble and sort of takes almost a position behind this large lizard statue. And oh yeah, they can't do much if they move. Okay. And they're basically sort of moving in, it looks like. Let's check some ranges here.
There's no need for that.
That's a good. No, I think I need to kind of like, again, the two of them sort of take almost cover behind this large lizard statue. A little bit of cover. Alrighty. And that's them. But the other Anasite wingbot also will go. Right. It kind of moves into the bubble itself, and seems to be also affected by it as it pushes through. Its rotors kind of like judder, and then it goes. It lets out this alarm sound, essentially, that is going to affect Xabi and Boughs. I need both of you to make for me a fortitude save.
A fortitude save.
It's basically like this, these vibrations that get right into your bones.
Yeah, it's
all right.
cracking my branches.
I'm gonna take two of my hands and
definitely.
plug my ears with them.
Yeah, you're fine. You're gonna keep that roll, Rue? You don't want to hero point that anyway?
I'm gonna keep it. I'm saving that hero point.
Fair enough. So again, this is getting into your very core, and you are now unfortunately sickened from that.
Oof.
Sickened.
You watch all the little like flowers that are on Boughs kind of curl up.
Yeah. Oh, it's rough. Now we're on to Voss.
Okay. What are the chances these things can be scared? Probably not very great. Anyway, I guess I better start moving because, as I said,
Well,
everything's
you can
so
always
far
make a
away.
recall knowledge check and ask.
Yeah, with my not fantastic skills.
Yeah, I don't know what you got.
I guess I'm trained in crafting, but I don't have an ins bonus, so.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
let's just move first of all. Like these guys, I can't even see the one over here.
yeah, they're behind these little
So
statues.
yeah, so let's move
Someday
around a
I'll
little
get to
bit.
see any of you.
Yeah.
Do you not see any of them? Oh no!
Yeah.
No, my
No.
sight lines
Yeah, your
are
sight lines
horrible.
yeah, you're stuck behind some
All right.
statues yourself.
I'm gonna go. I have 25 foot, right? I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
I'm gonna move
All
to
right.
this spot. Something tells me this is gonna. Okay. This one is badly injured. All right. And this one is not injured at all and is coming
That's right.
towards Mystic. Okay. I'm gonna say, all right, come on, everyone, let's kill this thing here before it gets to Patsy. And I'm gonna try to get him the little creature.
Lead by example. Get him.
Yes. If it will
Nice.
let me, should do this. Okay. Effect. I think I have to.
I'll drag it onto the little guy. Lead by example. Yes. All right. Got him. He's got him.
Okay. Should. Oh, I forgot I should just target. That actually lets me do certain stuff.
You hit T, you'll target.
Come on. Come on.
There you go.
All right, there we go. And I will try to strike. Let's see.
Oh, that's critical.
Very nice.
Nice. All
All
right.
that critical damage with a 25. Yeah. 19 on the die. You just sort of lower your, what do you got? Commercial plasma caster. Oh, Lord.
Yes.
fire a little ball of plasma and hit it straight like in the full on in the frame.
So it should be base damage. Is it a D8?
Yeah, you can just in the chat you can just press critical, and it'll roll your
Oh,
critical
yeah.
damage for you. Yeah.
Oh, but it's not going to add my. Hold on.
Oh, it's not gonna do that.
It's not going to add my charisma. It's like popped
Oh
up
yeah.
little thing. What is my charisma again? Is it 4? Did I go all the way? Yes. I did. Yes. All right.
Yes. All the way.
That's a modifier.
You also getting the +1 stat. I mean, the effect might get so. Well, roll it anyway. Roll.
Here,
add
we'll roll it
We'll see
anyway,
how it
and
goes.
I'll just add 8.
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Did
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
Just add 8 to that.
Add 8 to that. Jeepers. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically enough. I'll just sort of do it double damage that as well.
No, never mind. It's good.
Plasma bolt.
I solved the problem.
Shorts out, crashes to the ground. King. Sparks flying off of it. Okay, you moved. You get them by example by using 2 actions, so you're good.
All of my actions. Yes.
All of you watches Shalalamula just sort of shrieks, "Ah! Oh my word!" And she runs around this sort of dais where there are a couple more statues and towers.
Yeah.
All right, Patsy.
All right, it's time for Patsy's Bad Decision Corner once again, ladies and gentlemen, and variations thereupon.
Yeah.
So, whoops. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sustain my Bane, so it is now 20 feet around me. Everyone has an unpleasant time. Again, all my enemies, not my friends. And then I'm just going to move. Man, I wish I had like 5 more feet of movement. That would be so much more effective. But I am going to run
Right
up
there.
behind this. Whoops. No, I'm going to move myself, not target myself. I'm going to run up behind this, like, just like do that, like run and slide and like just press my back up against this statue. I am not.
Yeah.
I am not like taking the take cover action because I need my third action for something else.
Fair enough.
But like, you know, theatrically, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, these like crystalline trees and little daises that they're on themselves don't necessarily. I mean, just by being there, don't provide cover lines. I didn't put it on there, but if you wanted to, you could always take cover behind one. So,
understood. And if I had the actions, I would. However, now these 2 shadowy figures over on the right have to make will saves about my Bane. So if they would be so kind as to do that, and if they'd be so kind as to fail, that would be sweet.
Great. They both automatically fail.
I love that for me. So please enjoy getting baned. There's a here. I'll drop the.
Drop that thing on there again.
I'll drop it in chat again so that you can drag it on because I tried to drag it on and it yelled at me.
Yeah, sorry. You don't have the privileges.
I don't have the privilege to make the shadowy figures get baned, which is fine. I'm so fine about this. But then, my third action, both Boughs and Xabi, both Boughs and Xabi have taken damage, and I like flip my gaze back and forth between them. But then I decide to be smart about it. I am going to heal Xabi for 4 hit points because I am an Akashic Mystic. When I transfer Vitality into you, you get a free recall knowledge as a reaction if you like. And I'm guessing you have a higher intelligence than Boughs, and you're more likely to be trained in crafting than Boughs.
Yes. Wow. Suddenly knowledge comes to my brain. What are these shadowy figures here? I want to make a check.
Okay,
of
give me
skill.
a check.
right.
This one isn't going to be crafting though.
No,
I'll tell you.
What's it gonna be?
Nanoside bots.
You can give me Arcana. You can give me Occultism. Do you have any engineering?
I should have
lore?
done it. I have
also take.
Occultism.
I have explosive lore or Magitech lore or First One's lore.
Give me Magitech lore.
Magitech lore.
okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And add a +4? Or +1?
No, I think you just get it as a free action. Whatever
it's
your
just
Magitech
a-
lore
okay.
bonus is.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
I
you're
had
just
nothing.
getting the chance to do it. And look at that.
I'll crit
okay.
that.
You keep that. I'll tell you basically what you are realizing here is that each of these figures is a copy of maybe that's why they all took the same damage last time. But like they're all from like essentially from like different iterations of different universes. But they're basically copies of people from different universes of the same person. And so you can continue to shoot them and pop them out of existence. But if you take 2 actions, and within one that is like, depending on what kind of thing you want to do, you can basically disable them like a hazard. And sort of take them out of the combat without having to do physical damage to them. There's
Instead of
things
blowing
like
them up, we can disable them.
You can basically think them away.
Oh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. You can also similarly, because you got a 20, these fields, those are basically quantum bubbles. And that with something like engineering lore or physical science or occultism, you can kind of basically spout out a contradicting theory that will disable these quantum bubbles. Just sort of like outthink them, basically.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's my 3, and I feel that was a very productive turn because we learned a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes. Well done.
Great. Together in Electric Dreams.
How fascinating. Do you have to be near the bubble to do things to it?
I think you would have to be basically with adjacent to the bubble. You can take 2 actions to get rid of it. If you want to get rid of one of these figures, you can do depending on what you want to do. There's an athletics check you can make to basically just sort of like knock them out instantly, but you have to be adjacent to them. But an Arcana or Occultism check can be within about 15 feet of them.
Okay. Let's try it on the nearest one there.
Okay. These guys are both about 20. So you scooch up one more if you have it.
Can I go through the tree?
Yeah. These trees are not going to provide any sort of difficulty.
That's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Arcana on the nearest one then.
Do you want to do the one that's been damaged or the one that hasn't been damaged?
Well, let's do the one that has been damaged.
Okay. So, yeah, give me an Arcana check. All right, that is a success. So you kind of look at it and realize it does not belong in this reality. And like give me a little explanation of like how you think you would like essentially contradict it in a way that it goes away.
You were hit before, and you should have died. You are dead now.
Okay, fair enough. And it just sort of goes, and it just sort of the smoke just dissipates into nothingness. It's gone. And that does take 2 actions because it is basically like disabling a hazard.
Yep.
Cool. All right, Boughs. Up to you.
I'm not smart enough to think things out of existence. I'm just going to accept that by default. And what I'm going to do instead... Let me see. Sorry. I can only see these 2. And
yes.
Mostly I need to get out from behind the statue so that I can actually see other people. That might be
that would help.
I'm sure the answer is yes because I don't know why it wouldn't be, but can I use Stellar Rush if I and just not move the amount of space that I would be able to?
You can move up to the whatever it is you're allowed to move up to. So you can take 5 feet. Boom.
Boughs, before you move, you might want to get away from these 4 things by me because I put a large mine right there.
Yep. It's going.
You might want to color rush in another direction.
Yeah.
I have already had a surprise explosive present from you in the past. I do not wish to have one in the future. I appreciate your warning.
Okay.
I can't, me, the human, can't see where that is.
Oh, the other one.
Because
it's the mine?
Yeah, because it's not in my sight line, so I don't know what square it was.
I think the mine was in this.
Oh, yeah, it's like right in front of this guy. I think you can
Oh,
just
it's
barely see
in
it.
with
Yeah.
the guy.
It's
okay.
in that square, yeah.
And I should stay away from all 4 of them?
Yeah, you might want to be
Yes.
at least, 20 feet away from that particular spot. I don't know.
All right. Well,
There we go.
actually, I guess then instead I will use the movement granted to me by Stellar Rush and go the other way. I was going to deal with these 2, but I guess I can go over here. So this is... I get a
You get-
10-foot circumstance bonus to speed
nice.
during this, and I get to stride twice and
Twice,
then
okay.
make my attack.
Yeah.
So
that's
that is
perfect.
a total of
60 feet you can go.
6, but then
But
halves,
some
right?
of this
Because
is some of it is
Oh,
some
yeah.
of it is double cost you double, but
okay.
depending on how you want to go.
I'll
I
hide
think
my
you
Go
can
beam
through the
field for a
middle there
moment.
and
Oh, you
have the
could
minimal.
can't you go
Yeah.
around the outside? Oh no, you can't.
Yeah.
They're in both spots. You can go in between though, right?
1,
Yep, you can go in
2,
between.
3,
kind of like skirt this bubble,
5.
and then make your way. Did you want to be both next to both of them, or did you just want to be next
I want to be within 15 feet of them, so as long as I get
Okay,
there,
great.
fine.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, perfect.
That's there.
Yeah, you kind of like don't even have to move into the bubble if you
Yeah.
juke around it, basically spin around this crystalline tree, and then what happens?
So having been graciously warned by Xabi, I sort of like give a little wave, and then the lights in the flowers around me come back on, still looking kind of gross. I'm not feeling my best by any means. And in the same way that everything like inside of there is hard, like, but rather everything in the bubbles is hard to see because of the slowness, and everything in Patsy's thing is slightly dark. Everything about me seems to get really bright.
Ooh, yeah.
And as I sort of slam down past this tree into the area and like sort of just kind of like slam into the ground, all of that light is brightly
Shoots forward.
expanded.
Yeah.
And until the start of my next turn, in a 15-foot burst, any creatures outside of that burst are concealed from anyone inside.
Ooh.
So
Ooh,
these
okay.
2 cannot see anyone outside of that. But let me figure out how to put that on the...
I think I just did.
Okay, thank you.
Centered on you though. Why is it? Oh, bursts can't be centered on people. Anyway, I'll just make a new one.
Okay.
Yeah, bursts pick a corner. Emanations pick a
Burst-
people.
Emanations pick a people. We'll just call it a 15-foot emanation, and we will give it a good, nice yellow color.
Thank you. And this
Whoosh.
does not like, because Patsy and Dreams are in here, they're not invisible to these 2, but everybody else is.
Okay. I can see what's happening with this party. Eventually, there's lots of emanations and explosions and bursts. I should not have started this combat with 2 bursts of my own, but there we go. So this, if you're just listening to this, the map is just littered with
Yeah,
templates.
it's chaos.
But wait,
Oh, and
there's more.
And Patsy
Yeah.
isn't even on yet.
Yes, yeah. And you get 1 more action, right? I think that was 2.
Yeah, Stellar Rush is 2.
Yes, Stellar Rush is 2. So then with my final action, I am going to... I'm just going to take another shot. I'm going to take a shot at this one with my arc pistol. Where am I?
Where are you?
I
know that's a
cannot
2 on the
imagine that
dice.
hits.
No.
Yeah.
You just sort of like, you're just not feeling well enough to raise that high enough. Okay. All right. Dexter, Rayne, you're outside of all of these explosions and bursts. What do you want to do back there?
You're having a normal time.
Yeah.
Well, I can't see anything because all these bursts and stuff going on. Like, Jesus, people, keep it in your pants.
Oh no.
Let's see. 25 will get there. I can barely see the guy.
Here, I think the way this works too is like you can see into it, but
Oh
everyone.
yeah, you can see
can't see
into it.
out
They
of
just can't see out of it.
Yeah.
So you can see all of us inside of my big light circle, but they can't see out of it. It's like reflecting.
Okay.
Huh.
And you said we can pass through these.
You can pass through the Bane for
trees?
sure. Yes. Basically, you got to worry about the basically the gray ones.
I think the question was about the tree.
Yes.
Oh, the trees. Yeah. Sorry, the trees. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, they're there under the 3 different emanations on top of them.
Yeah.
It's the map
Right, yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's 2 movements. I can see it. I'm going to devise a stratagem. Oh. Oh, wow. That's just weird.
Does it roll?
Right.
Oh no.
No.
Oh.
There. It says it's applied, but okay. I don't know how you're getting.
Sorry, that one 3 was
The-
me.
the
I
most-
just sort of
ahead.
clicked the applied. I
Oh.
don't know if there was a button there for
Okay.
you, but I clicked it and it rolled the dice. I rolled the dice for
Oh.
you, but so we'll take your 11.
Okay. I'm going to use that as an attack.
All right. This
And
one
I'm
that's
gonna
25 feet away
attack.
from you. Yeah. That's gonna that's gonna because you now I think it's gonna be a hit for you because you have to add your do you add your intelligence modifier just to the damage or just to the I've forgotten how that works.
Just to the hit.
Yes,
Well,
just
I
to your
would-
the attack roll
yeah.
instead of your strength or
Mhm.
dex.
Use my intelligence.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's gonna be a hit for sure.
Okay.
You can roll
So I just
damage.
go ahead and roll the damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Do it.
That did it. This one also takes a bullet straight to the head and dissipates into smoke. Oh no!
And I
Somehow you fell out of the initiative order. How did that happen?
I don't know. I also don't see any of my rolls.
That's weird. You might need to refresh the page.
Okay.
Great. Okay. All right, Xabi. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do here?
It's all these.
Xabi pulls
auras are
out
just
a flip
messing with my
phone.
jive.
You see,
Okay.
2 hands, pushes a button, and goes, "Here comes the boom!" All right. So I'm going to modify
His
my
classic catchphrase.
yes. I'm going to modify my
Yeah.
mind to increase its blast radius to 15 feet. So
Okay.
15 feet from there should catch 3 things. There were 4 things. I don't know what happened to the other one.
He died.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
So there's a fiery explosion, and they need to make a reflex save, DC 17. Otherwise, they will
Right.
take that much damage. No, that didn't work. I didn't want to do it that way.
Oh.
I need to roll 2
okay.
of those.
What happened?
Oh.
Oh, it rolls 2d6.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
40.
okay, I'll try this one instead. This will
Just 2d6, but not 1d6 plus 2. Just 2d6.
No, just 2d6.
What-
They take
Yeah,
8
okay.
fire
Which is-
damage if they fail,
Okay.
half if they succeed. Yada yada yada.
All right. Let's start with the robot. And what's my DC again? Sorry.
17.
And it's a failure from the Anacite. And then I'll roll this twice. It's not going to be good. Might even be a critical failure on one of these. 7, yeah, okay.
Yep.
And then
Mhm.
10. So, that 7's critical failure, right?
Yeah.
You said
10
17.
below, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of them is just sort of the one like basically was standing on the mine essentially gets evaporated. It's whoosh, completely disappears in the haze. Oh, you know what also happens? Is that I think both of them, everyone just gets completely obliterated by this. Even Oh, wait, half damage. Sorry, I get half damage. All right. I'll take some of that, and this the wingbot also takes half damage. Definitely hurting it. Both of them.
All right.
But the one down here gets completely blown away.
Okay. And then I will. That's a 2 actions.
Okay.
To modify it and detonate it. That's 2.
Right.
Then I'll go ahead and take a shot at one of these 2. I'll shoot the wing. No, I'll shoot the wing bot, I guess. No, the other
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
I can see you like
I don't
have the
know.
gun. You're like you.
Who am I going to shoot? Who am I going to shoot? I don't know. I'll shoot
Tell
one
him
of
to
you.
stay still.
I'll shoot the wing bot.
Okay. That is a hit. Roll your damage.
1.
One little sonic damage. Pew! It's still flying.
All right.
Okay. All right. That one is hurt. So I think I am. First thing that happens again is I almost hate to do this. Shift the other quantum bubble on top of all of these other nonsenses. Everyone's
Oh, my
everyone's inside
goodness.
quantum bubbles now. Hooray! Xabi, you're gonna get take a rifle shot. Let's find out what happens with that.
Wait, is the dead one shooting?
No,
There's
it's the
another
other
one.
one.
Okay.
They're on the same initiative. So basically,
Okay, I was gonna say,
the
I was
one
like,
that's
what?
is this guy is just taking a shot, completely misses. And I think, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do here.
Oh no.
Yes. Well, Boughs, I think you're getting shot once at least.
Oh, I can accept that.
I'm rolling terrible.
No, I'm not.
Well, that's 2 shot, one from the other guy. That'll do it.
Oh.
Okay, so
wow.
second guy
That-
gets a critical natural
looks
20 on
pretty
that,
dangerous.
and he's just sort of like,
Can I
looks
make
bad.
you use my hero point?
sadly, no. Sadly, no. But look, this is just 6 damage total.
Oh, okay. That's not
Some most of that ends up weirdly being mental damage, as the bullet kind of just grazes you, but for some reason it feels like it shot you dead in the chest, and that's like giving you like dissonance to the point where you get the terrible headache about it. And then the final wing bot is I'll get you yet, Xabi.
Uh-oh.
What can I do with this? This
You
might be
and your
fun.
little dog, too.
What can I do with
Um,
this? This'll be fun. Sentences stated before disaster.
This
For
one
us.
it comes right up to you and uses its tail to try to sting you.
Ouch.
Whoa, that's not good.
That's not
personal.
good, but it's gonna miss. Then he'll try it again. Sting. Just this dragon-like tail comes at you twice. Missing both times because you're quick on your feet. Voss.
Okay, let me see here. Still way over here. Okay, go there. Here.
You're gonna be moving through difficult terrain because you are definitely entering a bubble if
Right.
you're moving straight south. So it's gonna take you basically 2 moves to get that far.
Why is it doing that? I don't understand. Oh, because I'm
Oh, you're-
selected.
Okay.
I might get off that.
So 5, 10, 15. All right. I think this is the best I can do.
Okay, fair enough.
Unfortunately. Let's figure out how far away everything is now. You're still 35 from me. That's annoying.
Shuffling around.
All right. It'll have to do.
What you gonna do?
All right, Patsy, do you think you're going to heal Boughs or do something else?
All of the above. I am going to both heal Boughs and do something else.
There you go.
Cool. I'm gonna say, Boughs, keep on keeping on. Which means the next time they're healed, they get healed extra.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
Because like I said, I play a doctor on television.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah,
That's fun.
I play a doctor on television.
So it's one of two actions. One action to get here, one action to do that. Do you have a third?
I'm not close enough to battle medicine, so I will not be using 2 actions on it. So my
there's
third
one to
action,
move.
yes, one to
position,
move,
yeah.
one to keep on keeping on, and as my last action, I will try to shoot this one here and perhaps finish it off.
Okay. Well, you've been a crack
Hopefully.
shot so far.
Isis, what is your charisma modifier plus half your level?
Well, I guess half my level would be 0, so just 4.
I think it rounds up.
Yeah, I
Does
think
it
around
round
for
Rounds
this
up,
case,
right?
yeah.
Okay,
So
great.
it'll be 5.
Okay.
All right,
An
5
additional
then.
5. Another
Alright.
great shot. Not a
Yes.
crit this time, but a definite hit.
All right, here we go.
But
Will
that
I kill it?
damage,
That's
7
good
damage,
damage.
yes.
Woo!
This plasma caster is literally on fire.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, I'm so glad I acquired this from my last set. It was gifted. It was
Oh my
gifted to me.
Oh yeah. It's
It was
probably like a
gifted.
branded plasma caster
Yeah.
that you got in like a gift bag.
They
Yes,
let
it was
you use those
gifted
on
to me.
set?
Well, I don't use it on set, but we have, like guards of the station area on that. Never mind. It's fine. I'll explain later.
All right, Patsy, round 3.
Great. Okay, Boughs, how many hit points are you down?
12.
12. Okay, great. I will give you 7 hit points from my Mystic Pool, which, with the extra healing from Voss, should put you to full.
Thank you.
You do get a free recall knowledge if you want it. I don't know if there's anything we want to learn at this point, but if you want it, you have it.
Figure out why there's 2 people in that square.
It's a shadowy duplicate.
Oh no.
Let me. I don't know that life sciences lore will be helpful here.
Probably not.
Nature and survival and athletics are all of my fancy things.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure that there's anything meaningful
Fair
I
enough.
can discern.
Okay. And
But
then
I appreciate it nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, it was for the healing. The
Yeah.
recall knowledge is just a nice little bonus. Then for my other 2 actions, I am in one of the fields, right?
You currently are, yes.
Great. Then I would like to use my other 2 actions to attempt to disable it. Which
Ooh,
skills
lovely.
are available for me to use here?
You can use a occultism.
Uh-huh.
I want to say, and there's like engineering or physical science.
Okay. Is this like primarily a technological thing that's happening, or is it a magical thing that's happening?
It's
Or
both.
is it both? It's both.
It's both.
Okay. Well, I am trained in occultism for my tradition, so that's what I'll use. And I think what I will do is like Patsy knows things. Like that's her thing, is just like knowing information and secrets about people. And I think she just stands up and looks at these things and is like, I've never even heard of you. And just with the sheer force of her will attempts to disbelieve and disable this. Just like, you are not even on my radar, therefore you do not affect me.
And you're going for the bubble and not one of the
That's correct. I'm trying to shut down the bubble here because my hope is that maybe if that goes away, the dudes will go away as well. I don't know, but it's what I got. So and I don't have to move because the bubble moved on top of me. So I'll roll the occultism. And I will hope that I roll good, and that is not good. So Patsy is going to use her hero point on this.
All right.
Let's reroll using a hero point. Thank you so much. That's worse. Awesome. But it makes it a 16.
The rule.
I'm going to hero points.
That was an
Hooray.
11. That was better. You moved from a 3 to 11. I think that's
it was an 11. So 16 total.
Oh no, 16 total is enough to shut that one down. The bubble just sort of collapses in on itself, and with an
Oh, that's
almost
so much
faintly
nicer.
and everyone who's in it feels like almost like a rush of wind to the point where your ears kind of pop a little.
I don't suppose that made the shadowy boys go away as well.
The shadowy boys are still
Alright.
here,
Well,
unfortunately.
worth a shot. But that's my 3 actions, and I helped. And my
Thank
bane
you.
is still up. So
Good job helping.
Yay.
Together in electric dreams.
We'll try to disable the shadowy boys. You were an offense to the fundamental laws of the universe, of which electricity is the most important.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Yes.
Arcana?
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. This one. Boop, 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 boop. He looks surprised. He's like, I am, and then disappears. So it's 2 actions. So you have 1 more if you want to do anything else.
I'll
Jocelyn,
paddle
you have
over
1 more.
to,
Okay.
Since this bubble isn't here, this isn't really a thing.
So like, yeah, okay. I think maybe you'll be a little 1 back because you are entering a second bubble, and so you're just again sort of pushing up against reality there.
Sure, okay.
All right, Boughs.
We get to take one of these off the field. It is the top of my turn, so my light is
Oh, hooray!
dimmed down. now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Woohoo! Less things.
I will
on
point
the-
out that they're still on my screen just in case you need them. I've
Oh,
just
thank
turned them
you.
off for you all.
I'm so sorry. Your screen must
Yeah,
be a
I'm
headache.
sorry.
It's fun. I like it.
Okay.
For my first action, I'm going to try to become unsickened. So let me roll a
Oh.
fortitude save.
Gosh, what is it? What is it? How does a plant creature retch?
You know.
I think instead
Yeah.
of like meaningfully retching, you just kind of watch like black sap ooze out of their bark.
Ooh. Okay, love it.
Mm.
Purging your stoma.
Sounds so
How about a
scientific.
24?
It's unsickened
joke.
for sure.
Whew. Wonderful. Oh, that feels much better. And now I'm going to actually open my actions the way that I'm supposed to. This one over here hasn't been hit at all yet,
Yeah.
right?
No.
No, he's the one that critically shot you, basically.
Yeah. I don't like that, so I'm going to head on up to him
Uh-oh.
and use my solar flare.
Okay. You're shooting a bolt, or you're just like coming at him with a weapony
I'm
thing.
I'm mad enough to use my hero point to reroll that.
Fair
That's
enough.
fair.
Oh,
Why not?
Let's try again. I got exactly the same.
Keeley rule.
Well-
Keeley rule.
Oh.
Keeley rule
The rule-
should
the rule
apply,
makes
but it
that a
didn't
six-
do it right.
16,
16,
but maybe
yeah.
I think maybe that mod got turned off. But that is a hit.
Oh,
So you
no.
can roll your damage. I gotta turn
Alright.
it back on, I guess.
I'm
There's
sorry.
every time Foundry updates, probably things get turned on and off, and who knows.
Little bit
Ooh,
of 8
oh my gosh.
points
So
of
yeah.
fire damage.
So you just sort
Been
of
a while.
like walk up to him and just like shoot a bolt of fire directly in his face from the palm of your hand or one of your Boughs, right?
Yeah.
Just essentially burning the smoke away, and he is completely gone. And dead. Gone and dead.
Gone and dead. And that's all of my actions.
All right. Dexter, Rayne, just one guy left. It looks like in one
Yep.
bubble.
Well, I'm just gonna hang out in the bubble and shoot him.
Okay,
Nice.
sounds good.
And I'm not gonna do any crazy stuff. I'm just gonna shoot him. Straight up.
We have the crazy stuff handled.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
terrible. So
Well.
I am gonna use the hero point because spend them. Spend them when you got them.
I don't know if you got him. That is what now? A 17? Yeah, that's a hit.
All right. And nope.
Oh no.
Oof.
just a little damage gets squeaking in there. 1 point.
Yeah. I will take a second shot.
Okay.
Why not?
That's a big one.
Sure. And
Yeah,
what
that's a
hits
hit.
me?
That's a hit.
Oh no!
God.
But he only had 1 hit point left anyway.
Yay.
Yeah, you take 2 shots.
Yay.
Plug. Shoulder, and then it turns to smoke. This bubble immediately pops after that happens. And you're sort of left here again in this almost seemingly like these things were never here. There's no sort of trace of them. The only trace there is the wingbots carcasses, chassis, sparking and whatnot on the ground. You take a moment to sort of breathe and think, what was that? Try to think about what that was and what just happened. And then you hear, you kind of basically from outside, from through the lobby front door, see what is essentially a flashing blue and red authority, striving authorities lights, and a someone on a bullhorn saying, excuse me, this is the this is the inside array officials. We'll be coming in now. Please lower your weapons if you have weapons and remain calm, please. And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Okay.